Good evening, cadets. I am Flight Sergeant Kenyon from 185 Olds RCACS. I hope you're all staying safe and having a good time at home right now. Tonight, or whenever you're watching this, I'm going to demonstrate step by step on how to polish your boots, specifically your cadet boots. This is mainly directed to junior cadets, but it also helps out with, of course, other cadets and any cadets really in general. So first thing, before you even start polishing your boots, what you should buy is kiwi polish. I'm not really sure why kiwi is a good brand to buy, but it's good. I would not really suggest money's worth, but if that's really the only kind you can find, a shine is better than no shine. So if you can only find one or the other, buy it. Because it will pay off. Second off, you'll want a cloth, some sort of soft cloth. You would mainly want a polishing cloth specifically, so you'll go to the store or something really soft. Some people use cotton white shirts that they cut up and then they use that. I would highly suggest you never use a dirty cloth, as that if there's like dirt or anything in the cloth, then it can scratch the surface of your boots, and then in certain lighting, wherever you are, it can reflect and show scratches on your boot, and it doesn't look very good. So get a clean cloth and you'll be set. Third thing you'll want is a toothbrush, any kind of toothbrush that you won't be brushing your teeth with anymore. And this is to get into the welts, which are in between the bottom part of your boot right here and the top part right here. So it's kind of like the seam or the trim of your boot where they meet together. Another thing you'll want is some water. This will just keep your boots moisturized while you're polishing with your polish, and it'll also help with shine as well, and it will help to rub in your polish better. I also forgot to mention about a horsehair brush. I would only suggest this to Army cadets and Sea cadets, as they have work boots or combat boots. Air cadets don't have those, of course, so I wouldn't really suggest this to clean your boots, or especially shine with it. It'll scratch it up. So what you want to do is take your cloth, take one boot first. Let's get that out of the way. And you'll want to clean it. So you kind of just brush it over lightly to clean it. And this will get all the dust off, all the dirt that you might be going through after the evening is done. just want to clean all around. Alrighty. Now that's done. Now your boot is clean. So, you want to open your polish. As you can see, I have an older can. The cans are different design now, but they still say Kiwi, so you can probably figure that out to clean it, or to... Anyway, you know what brand it is. So what you want to do is you want to take your toothbrush and take a little bit into the polish, just a little bit. And then you'll take your brush and you'll just move it along in one motion into your welts. You don't want to go like this, because then the polish gets everywhere of where you're polishing. So you kind of just want to go into one motion. You want to go all around. You can get a little more. This also helps with blackening as well, because over time, if you don't take care of the welts, then they'll start turning brown, as they are doing right now. That's just because of you wearing the boots, of course. Shoes get worn out over time, so makes sense. Sorry if you can hear background noise, my cat is playing. So, then we'll just go along, and then that's good. Now you're done. You can put a little more if you want. There you are. So now, what you want to do is you want to take your water and your cloth. Now, some people have come up to me and asked me, Flight Sergeant Kenyon, how do you tie a cloth around your finger? So what you do is you want to find a clean area on your cloth. Right there's my index finger, and you can bring it like that. You want to tighten it from the back, and you want to move your index finger. It's like that. Oh, did that wrong. There we are. So you want to move it around. So now it's twisted in the back. Then you will want to bring it forward. So now you have a clean surface right there, and you can control it. You can control it now. So what you want to do is you want to take your water, and you can either put water into here, but I don't do that because it can rust, and then that will somehow it will affect the polish. So I wouldn't really suggest that, but it's okay if you do that. I use a bottle with this, and then I go about only just a couple centimeters, and I just push it, and the water comes out. So now I have water that is seeping into the fabric, and that will kind of like kickstart it in a way. It'll keep it hydrated as you're polishing. So now you take your polish, and you're taking a little bit of polish. Now when you're starting out, just brand new boots, or maybe you're a new cadet, what you want to do is you want to take a lot of polish, and you want to go around the boot. So kind of like, a little more than this. So now what you want to do is you want to find a place where you're going to polish, on your boot, and then you just want to do small circles, just like that, and take your time with it. Make sure not to rush, because, well, rushing it won't get the effect that you'll want. So you could be watching TV, hanging out with family, voice chatting your buddies or whatnot while you're polishing your boots. Just keep going around and around. I kind of make a motion of the British Union Jack, British flag, the Union Jack. I'm not sure why. I kind of just think it works. It really just, it works. I don't really have an explanation for that. So I'll just keep going around in little circles, and after a while you'll start seeing that it's clearing up, as it's doing for me right now. Just keep going around and around and around. I know it, for junior cadets, it can be challenging. It can be very overwhelming while polishing boots. You go into this brand new environment, and there's a lot of terminology and stuff that is going on, such as drill or tradition, or just classrooms, like your like how it's being taught, or any of that stuff can be overwhelming. And boots and uniform maintenance is definitely one of them that can be extremely challenging for new cadets, or even some more of the senior cadets as well. It can still be challenging. I know for me, it was quite challenging at the start. I did have some guidance from my parents, so that's they also helped as well a lot. But I assure you that if you go up to any senior, even though that they might be a little intimidating at first, you can go up to them definitely for some guidance. We're here to help out and lead, and so if you need to ask us about like how the night is being run, or uniform maintenance, or really anything that you want to know about, you can ask. So as you can see, right here now, all the circles and the polish is gone off the top toe cap of the boot. So now what you want to do is you can start on another portion of your boot. And so what you want to do is you want to get another clean section of your cloth. You want to take your water again. I'm gonna squirt a little bit on, get a little bit of polish, just about that much should work. Just go around any part of the boot and do the same process again. And you'll want to do this for your whole entire boot, except for up here, because you'll want to polish down here, but I would say up until about the fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, about your 5, what is it called? Your 5th lace hole. I would suggest you not to polish up from that, because most or some boots, this top part will be completely cracked, and on this side as well, as you can see right in here, or I hope you can see, that it's cracked up in there. So with your polish, if you polish up there in the cracks, it will, when you're walking, it will crack up and flake your polish off your boot, which in turn will go all over the floor. Sometimes it'll go all over the floor, and it just does not look good at all. And that's also the same for right here. You will try not to put polish in there as well. But what you can also do is you can take your toothbrush and take a little bit of polish and you can rub it in like that, because you are taking less polish onto your toothbrush than your cloth, then rubbing it in. So you can just go along here, just go in like that. Now there's polish in there. So you can take part of your cloth and you can just go like this, and then you have polish in there, and there you are. So it's not really polishing it, it's kind of just more cleaning that section up, because if you don't touch it at all, it will turn, or it could turn brown, showing that you have not polished that part of your boot. Or it will just look really dull. So you'll have a polished front part of your boot, and then when you come back here, this whole part will just be dull, and you don't really want that. So you kind of just be really careful along the cracks, because you can either do a really good job and it will be fine, or you put a little too much polish and it'll turn into a disaster. So now that is rubbed in, as you can see, that didn't take too long for me to polish all that in. You can just go a little more if you want. That will help with the shine. There you are. I polished this part and this part, and I've taken some polish into there. Now, you also want to go around the boot all the way along here, through the back, to the sides, both sides, and make sure not, or try not to, polish above your 5th bootlace. So you can just cut across, just don't polish there. Alright? That was polishing boots with Flight Sergeant Kenyon. I hope you're all staying safe, and have a good day. Thank you for watching.